Do you start with a song?
The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire.
Follow my leader, 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 follow my leader. Hey, hey! One of my favourite holiday songs. Can't remember which holiday it were, but you know that summer, that was a song.
Can't be many that have played under Bielsa, Gerrard, Vincent
What a
Kompany.
lineup that is. Out of them three, which would you prefer to play for?
But Bielsa.
Manager? Yeah.
Third for me, Marcelo.
Too much running.
Far too much running.
I'm trying to think about his reputation, everything he's done in the game. You'd learn.
Still third.
Too much running.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different, this one, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
very interesting because he goes into detail about working with each manager, playing for like
And
good
his
clubs.
mindset.
Yeah.
His
bit-
mindset on what he wants to do, achieving goals and setting goals
Yeah,
and
his
all
own
that sort of
personal goals. A bit different to some of the stuff that we've heard in the past, I think.
stuff. Certainly different to Dave
Good lad.
last week. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Before we get going, a massive thanks to O'Neill's for sponsoring the series. As always, links in the description. If you want to sort your own grassroots team out with your custom designed, crisp new kit for the season, or if you want to get the Undr The Cosh kit, that link's in the description as well. And the Patreons. We've got to thank the Patreons, haven't we?
Of course, Chris.
The heroes.
If it weren't for the Patreons, we won't be here. I don't
That
think
was nice.
it's heartfelt.
Do you go finger through?
No, I don't.
Hold.
Just hold.
Give us one more song for the road.
Roof. Remember him saying he thought people were booing?
Bless him.
Which game were we at when I thought, was it
It was Sunderland, Lyndon Gooch.
Gooch?
I thought he was having a good game, but they're booing him. No, because his name's Gooch.
Let's get him in. Mr. Roof.
Follow my leader, leader, leader. Follow my leader. Ooh, ooh. Did you ever get a Tony Pulis? Fuck off!
No, thankfully no.
Did you hear him though?
Yeah, all the time. But because I was a young player, we were kind of training to make up the numbers a lot of the times, especially with Tony Pulis. So he never really got onto us.
So you were just his shape for his
Shape.
Monday,
Pretty much
Tuesday.
was to make up the numbers, shape. But I remember the sessions were strange because we would do a warm-up, we'll do some quick passing drill / possession, and then straight into training. And it was as if nothing was timed. It was just freestyled. You've seen enough. Let's go.
I was going to say it's normal on a Friday, but from what we heard with Pulis, he likes to do it Monday to Friday. So with a lot of the times during the week where you will get called over to basically be shadows.
Mannequins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. We were like live mannequins, making up the numbers. But it was good because you was in and around it, experiencing it. The more time you could spend with the first team, the better.
Who looked after you? The older lads?
Yeah, Julian Lescott, Peter Odemwingie. I'm actually doing my UEFA B coaching in June, and he's on the same course as me. So we're literally doing a full circle, which is good.
Have you ever spoken about him going on strike or going here? When was it?
Is that
Turning up
who
at
drove to-
Tottenham, didn't he?
Drive
Yeah,
somewhere?
no, I think it was a QPR.
QPR.
Yeah,
He tunnelled to QPR, didn't he?
Yeah,
From West
but I
Brom. He just
think-
popped up at training ground.
But what I can remember, I don't think it was his fault. He kind of got advised that he's ready. He can go.
Yeah.
They're
ready to sign.
Obviously, it was a journey. It's a 2-hour drive to get there anyway. So I assume the clubs agreed. But I think his mistake was he got himself on the camera when you're supposed to still hide until it's fully
He
signed.
come out the curtain, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'd have to bring it up every time I saw him. I think I would.
Did you do an interview?
The roof is on fire's got to be. Is that your song everywhere?
Yes, and just woo. Leeds did that, and I thought I was getting booed. And then someone explained it to me. Then I understand it now.
Yeah.
What's the roof is on fire? Give us this.
The roof is on fire.
Follow
That's
my
what I'll
leader,
go
leader, leader. That one, innit? the roof, that's lazy, innit?
I don't mind it because it's a bit of a, when you hear it, you kind of everyone's just doing it.
Apart
It's
from the first time when you think
apart
they're
from
booing
the first time, but after that, it is quite powerful.
Yeah.
Do you know your first loan? You went to Northampton. Is that right?
Yeah.
You got to
Iceland.
Iceland first.
Iceland, but yeah, Iceland. It was more of like a work experience type of thing. West Brom had some kind of partnership with the Icelandic team, and there was asked because their season is different to the UK season. So in our off season, as like youth team players, it's either we could go on holiday or we could go for a month or two during the off season and play for them. So we got asked the question is one of those ones where you get asked the question, but it's only one answer.
The
really.
loaded question.
Yeah. So
Sorry, I booked my glove.
yeah. me and another player agreed to it and went out there. But it was a good experience to live by ourselves for the first time in a big. For some reason, we got given a big house. Me and him in a big house. There was a restaurant next door that we could go and have our food in. The football manager wasn't the best, but
Still a good experience.
Still an experience, and at that age, I'm glad I went.
I did my work experience at Builders Yard, moving bags of sand. So Iceland. Well,
Yeah,
for
I can
summer.
imagine the standards quite good as well. Like, not the football. Like,
No comment.
I think I'd have liked a month in Iceland. Not the freezer shopping place.
So did you push the Northampton one? Were you ready to play first team football, or was it the club that?
No, I just wanted to play. Originally I wanted to be around the West Brom first team. I thought I was doing good in the youth team, and I thought that the next step is first team football, and other players maybe a year older than me were getting out on loan. So I managed to get my opportunity. I think Adi Boothroyd was the manager. Again, he was a coach at West Brom when I was younger, so I kind of knew him already. Went out there, and at those times it was a month loan as well. So if it didn't work out for a month, you could go back and go somewhere else. So I went, but it wasn't the type of football for myself.
I was just about to say that. It's not really... He's got his own style, Eddie.
Yeah.
Basically, kick it as far as you can, as long as you can.
Yeah.
From Beo?
Second.
Was Beo there? Like in Fenway? Or?
Yeah. And Clive Platt. So obviously 2 number 9s that were completely different to myself. Absolute units.
Big old unit.
And I was obviously coming from West Brom where it was 4-3-3. Everything's on the floor, different kind of combinations to get up the pitch and score. Did a session there, and it was the fullback inset, curl it down the line for the striker to run the channel, and we was actually working on that, and I couldn't believe it. Honestly, how is this even an exercise?
It might sound mad that, like, to people listening, think, well, you've got to run down the line, but it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
we was working on playing long channel balls. Honestly, it was mind blowing, but that's the way he wanted to play, and maybe we had the players to do that. And at that level in League Two, that was a more common way of playing football.
Were you just unlucky? Because was Berahino the same age as you?
He was, and I think he went the season before me to Northampton.
On loan?
Yes.
Right. And did he get first jump to get in the West Brom team?
Yes. Yeah. And I think, say with most probably academies and teams, there's a selection of 1, 2, maybe 3 that kind of get pushed more than the other players. Maybe just because they might be developed a bit more than other players. And he was one of them. And again, he took his chance. He was good when he was playing. And then the rest is history.
I won't put words in your mouth, but was he a quirky character?
It was, as a character. It was definitely a character. But again, him being a character maybe got him in the first team a lot sooner than everybody else.
A character is in lively around the dressing room, or a character is in a bit of an edge chip?
Probably a bit of everything. A bit of everything. But again, to make it in this environment, you need something. And he was able to maybe use his character as a benefit to get into the first team quicker and stay there.
We've had a lot of lads on recently who they had a lot of self-belief at a young age that they should be playing. And I think that goes a long way with managers,
Yeah.
So he's probably got that presence where he thought, I'm good enough to be here. So they automatically just get...
Yeah, he definitely.
I mean?
No, he definitely did that, and especially as a striker, anyway, you need that. You need that extra confidence to always want the ball in front of goal to score, even if he misses. He still. There's times when I was playing with him in the youth team, and it frustrated me because he would be always screaming for the ball. Yeah, even if he's never in a position to have the ball, he'd always scream for it. So there's sometimes, say I'm beating a man on the left wing and I'm crossing the ball. It's not all the time I look. I look before I've beaten the man to see who's around. I beat him, and then my head's already down, and then I'm expecting someone to call for the ball, and then I go off the sound. He'll be calling for stuff, and he's nowhere near it. So I'm going off the sound, and I'll play the ball, and he's not even there. But he's just calling for it. It's like a habit of his. He would always call for the ball so he can get it.
Like
You think that made it harder for you? Just the fact that he's yeah. All right, just let me beat him first.
Yeah. Sometimes it's off-putting because, like I said, you think he's there because you can hear him there, but really he's not.
And is he one of them that if he doesn't get it, he's giving it one of them?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Character.
Chip on his shoulder.
Probably.
So were you pushing to get out on the loans, like you said?
Yes, because
To
you want to
play
play
football.
first. You want to play first team as quick as possible. You kind of reach a limit. At West Brom at the time, not many players were playing first team in that first team because it was a lot of times fighting for survival in the Premier League or fighting for promotion. So
Not going to take a risk on you.
exactly, and also the manager kept changing all the time. Probably every 6 months, new manager. So
Who's
again-
ahead of you as well, like Lukaku in the one
Yeah, there was
side.
Lukaku on there. There was Odemwingie. There was Saido. There was who else?
I think that's what's done you in at the side.
Anelka was there at one
Yeah.
point as well. There was
Yeah, of course.
Loads of strikers. Kanu, maybe when I was a bit younger, there was loads.
I bet I hope you weren't on his boots, were you?
Oh, that would have took me a long time.
Could have
But there's-
lived in them.
Yeah, no, honestly. And they weren't even
Tuna
the real.
canoes.
They weren't even the real boots either. You see, you get the expensive versions, and then you will get like
So he's gone Sports Direct for him?
something like that. Yeah.
Come on,
I
big
don't
man.
know whether it is because he couldn't get nothing in his size or what. It was crazy. But
Come on,
what a
big
player
man.
he was.
You had some good players there to learn, absorb.
Yeah, Anelka, the best player I've been on the pitch with.
He's meant to be sound as well, isn't he?
Yes, yeah, very,
Talking of
very,
perceptions.
no, very good.
Yeah.
He's I think he was quiet and kept himself to himself, but you could go up to him and ask him for advice.
What's Lukaku like? Because he's frustrated me for years, man. Like, I think he should be the best striker in the world. He should be knocking folk about and proper bullying people. And sometimes he does it, but every now and again, I'm thinking, why are we not doing that for last?
But you see, sometimes with him, he is good and he's strong, a good guy as well. Sometimes teams need to play to his strength. And again, as a number 9, it's frustrating because it's like players get bored of doing what works. So just get the ball and find the number 9 as quick as possible, and then let him do what he needs to do. But it seems like a lot of midfielders and defenders will get the ball and first thought will be look wide or backwards or sideways instead of just getting the ball and look for the number 9. And say, I've watched games with Lukaku, he's pinning the man for 5 minutes. So give him the ball. And they don't give him the ball. And then they go somewhere else. But instead, just give him the ball, let him hold up the man, turn him and shoot. And it'll probably work 8 times out of 10.
Did you see the clip for the FA Cup final last week where Dyche?
Yeah.
Brilliant, wasn't it? So, how
Oh, yeah.
City were pressing and Palace couldn't really get out.
Yeah.
And Dyche he was co-commentating.
Yeah.
He went, do you know what Palace need to do? They just need to get it out the feet, drop it into Mateta, he'll lay it off, get everybody in the box. That's the only way to play the game, something like that. As he's saying it, is when they've launched it up
They did it.
and went and scored.
Yeah.
Dyche must have just been sat there like...
Yeah, he just
Stroking
went,
his-
he just went,
stroking his
and that's
cock.
why we love football.
Yeah.
But it is just hit the big man.
Yeah, it's true. But like I said, we go back to the point of Northampton, and I was surprised we was working channel balls. So there's no one way of playing football. Sometimes, say one of the best footballing teams, Man City or Arsenal, whatever, they might need to do that. That's the only way to get out.
Was it Oxford where you felt like you'd arrived in football, kind of?
Yeah, that was my breakthrough.
Yeah.
Because before that, I went to Colchester for, again, a month or so. And that wasn't good. That was probably the worst experience for me because I didn't play. And it didn't matter what I did in training, how much I impressed or how good I was, just wouldn't play. And for me, that's the most frustrating. There's times we was playing like a low league team in a cup, and I still couldn't really get any minutes. So I'm thinking, what's the point here? So then I went back to West Brom, and then Michael Appleton at the time, again, I knew him from West Brom as a coach. He asked me, do you want to come? And again, I was not being big time or anything like that. I've been in League Two, experienced League Two. I wanted to experience League One, like all the other players were doing. And I kept saying to him, no, I'm not sure. I wanna go to League One. I want to do this, but nothing was coming up, and he kept persisting, like, come. So I did it in the end, and I did it till the end of the season, and I think I scored, I don't know, it was like 6 goals in 7 games or something towards the back end of the season, and we stayed up. So that was amazing. And then I went back to West Brom thinking, I might get a chance in the first team now because there's still maybe 4 more games left of the Premier League. Nothing. I got sent with the kids. I had to train with like the under 18s or something. I couldn't believe it.
Things I say on here all the time about young lads should go out on loan and whatever. So that, which you should, but comes to a point where you've got to actually do well and play, or else all of a sudden you've had 4 loans, haven't done anything, and it's like, fuck me,
people questioning why you've gone to so many teams and it's not worked.
So why get somebody on loan and not play them?
Yeah,
exactly. Let's give them a couple of games, and then if it's not for them, fair enough.
I know. Exactly. It might not be your fault, but somebody's going to look and go, he hasn't played there. Is he good enough even for League Two?
Yeah.
So it's good that you went to Oxford and made a mark.
Yeah. Had to just go down. Thankfully, it was with Michael Appleton. He's helped me massively. Like you said, it was kind of where it kick-started my career. And then that was the reason why I then signed with them the following season, because the ambition was we're getting promoted.
I always feel with Appleton that he's on the cusp of doing well. You know, like getting
a big move.
A good. I know he got the Blackburn job, didn't he, at one point? But I always feel he's a good coach who just needs a bit of luck or half a season of flying, and then he's away then. But he hasn't had it, has he?
No, he's a very good coach. Puts on a decent session, and also a man manager, very good. His players, because of his size, feared him, but then he's also got the human side as well. Because I remember when I signed, I was looking at all the numbers, and the 9, 10, 11, it was all gone. So I was like, there's nothing else really. There was number 4 left. So I said to him, I want to be number 4. So he brought me into the office. He's like, I've just been told you want to be number 4. Why is this? I've got a centre-back coming, so I'm looking to give him the number 4. I was like, I don't know, I just want to be something a bit different. There's no other numbers. Every number's big. And why not before Patrick Vieira, I said. So I was like, I'm an Arsenal fan. So he said, okay, but you better make this work. I said, I will. I will. And that season, my aim was to be the best player in the league and get promoted and get a move. And he was like, okay, that's fine. Just make sure you do it.
Did you actually tell him that then? Look, I'm here. This is a stepping stone for me.
Yeah, he knew. But that was the kind of agreement and understanding he knew, because he knew I was good at the time, and my ambition, what I wanted to do. And that I didn't really want to be playing in League Two. I wanted to be playing as high as possible. And we had an agreement where it was like, you do the business and someone comes in for you, you can go. So I just needed the actual chance in the first team to do it and someone to trust me. And with Michael Appleton, honestly, I could go wherever. I could play, I think I was playing left wing most of the time in his formation. But if I wanted to go roam the pitch, I was allowed to. And he wouldn't say anything. If I wanted to try something, I could. And he wouldn't say anything. The one thing he would get onto you if you was to have bad attitude, sulk, throw your hands up, complain, and jump out of tackles. You did that, oh my goodness.
It's mad the belief and the confidence you get from knowing that, I don't want to say main man, but know that you're going to play and you can play with freedom. And you know, the other, see at West Brom, you've got these lads ahead of you, Northampton, there's Bayo and Clive Platt. Yeah. You're almost playing second fiddle, and you're probably too eager to do something and impress, when somewhere else where you go and they go, just go out and play with freedom, and you're going to be in my team no matter what.
Yeah, maybe that was the case in training when I was with the first team. Every time I got the ball, I wanted to do something amazing. I wanted to beat the man and cross the ball, or beat him and shoot, instead of sometimes just pass it, just take a touch and pass it and keep the ball moving. That was because I always wanted to show how good I was. But like you said, when you know you always play and you could be the main man, you could get away with things. And try things, and if it come off, it looked amazing.
Relaxed about
But
it.
you've
though.
got the confidence to try it. That's
Yeah,
the thing,
exactly.
innit?
Yeah.
You know, we talk about everybody being robotic,
Mm-hmm.
side pass. You've got that confidence to, do you know what? I'm going to go for
That
it.
just
And
comes from the manager.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it did, and it was good. And that season was amazing because it was January. I got interest with a championship team in January to leave, and I spoke to Michael Appleton about it, and he said no, not happening. Because
See what I mean?
no, but he said no, it's not happening because we need to get promoted, and that was the goal: get promoted.
You're flying.
I can't let you go now. And what we said was, we get promoted, then you can. Then you can
He's
leave.
a little play on words there from Michael, innit?
So I said, okay, that's fair enough. So
Were you a little bit pissed though?
I was, because a championship team's coming in for you, and he's like, yes, I want to. And my target was to get a move at the end of the season, but I was able to do it in 6 months, in half a season. So it was like a massive achievement for me.
Did they pay money for you originally, or was it a
No,
compensation?
it was
job?
more of a, if I could then get a move,
Percentage.
West Brom would get some compensation from the fee that Oxford would receive.
Right. And at this point, are you a centre forward playing out wide, or did you class yourself as a winger, wide forward, or what?
So from growing up, when I was growing up, I was striker number 10. Obviously, in those days, it was like 7-a-side. There's no real positions. But because of my size, and we was always playing 4-3-3, I got pushed out to the side. And because I was good on my left foot as well, I got pushed to the left wing. So that was me growing up. But then when it was before I just about left, when I was a bit older, say I was playing reserves, under 23s football, and we were struggling, the coach would then put me up front. And then I would be able to hold the ball up, flick ons, and do whatever. I was good. And then when I actually left, that coach was like, I didn't realise how good you were as a number 9. I should have maybe played you more as a number 9. So a lot of the times, because I could play many positions, I always used to get put in positions where there was missing a player.
Do you still speak to Danny Hilton?
I do. I've got him on Instagram, yeah. So I
Tell
still
him
follow
next
his.
time I see him, I'm going to smash his face in.
Do you remember when we played, just?
Yeah. Like in the FA Cup, I told him that day, I said, next time I see you, I'm going to smash your face in.
Why?
Why? It was when they just brought out the both teams to score. No bet.
Yeah.
So, obviously I shouldn't have been betting, but it doesn't matter, I can't get done now, can I? Right, I used to have a 10 game, 20 quid, both teams to score. And it paid 6,500 quid for me 20. Right? So I looked on the results, I'm 1 goal short. Oxford against someone. So I looked at the game. Somebody sent off, winning 1-0. Somebody sent off after about 20 minutes. Danny Hilton missed pen. So we played against me FA Cup, and walking down to him, I said, next time I see you out and about, I'm not your fucking face. Not your teeth down, bro.
Smash your face into a bit harsh.
6.5 grand for me 20. You fucking joking? Fucking furious with him. So yeah, I just messaged him for me, please. Prick. I'm not bitter about it.
The fact that he's actually there, and you've said, the next time I see you, I'm going to do this.
Well, we're at work, aren't we?
I'll just fucking lay one on him.
Give him a dig, do you?
Shit's house.
Yeah,
In terms of
FA
the
Cup.
In terms of the plan, though, it's all coming together, isn't it? You've done exactly what you set out to do.
Yeah.
Did you piss the league?
26?
Did you go up easy, or did you play off?
No, we
Second.
Second, yeah.
Personally, though, 26 goals.
Yeah.
22, are you at this point?
I was 22. Yeah, 22. So yeah, no, I did what I wanted to do, and maybe a bit more. So that was a proud moment for me.
Were there other clubs in for you?
At the end of the season, I think it was again Brentford and Leeds. To be honest, I was a bit disappointed that a Premier League team wasn't interested, because some of the goals I was scoring that season were very good, and also I was scoring against Championship teams in like the cup games as well.
Yeah.
So I was a bit disappointed and gutted that a Premier League team didn't come in. But then Brentford and Leeds come in, and then I went with Leeds.
How was Gary Monk?
Yeah, it was okay.
I've started being able to read people doing this job. Gary Monk, wanker.
It was an interesting season. We always started well and then just fall off towards the end of the season for some reason. And then obviously I think there was a change of owner at the time as well. So there was a lot going on at Leeds.
Was it at the time when it was quite toxic in the stands?
I think it would have been, because that was when Chelino was still the owner, and I think the fans were kind of having a bit of a falling out with him. And then I think the following season they had the takeover.
I remember watching on the telly and it just players getting stick. It was awful.
Yeah, they can give some serious stick. Everyone got it. It's just how you respond from it. I got it at one point.
Did you?
Chris Woods, top goal scorer of the league, he still got it.
He was the one that was getting shit. He was getting.
I think the season he got the move to was it Burnley?
Yeah, it will have been.
To the Prem. That season, I think he was the league top goal scorer, and he was still getting it.
I don't want to be a Tommy Topper, but if you're looking for your first goal, you only got a hashtag. I got a designated full account, Twitter account. Has Chris Brown scored yet? You got pray for Roofe. Got the hashtag.
Yeah.
I got my own.
There's a bit of hope there, isn't there?
Exactly, that's what I mean. I was getting it. Obviously, I come.
Did you do that?
I hope not. So yes, I mean, maybe I come there with an expectation of them. I was going to score loads of goals because of what I did the previous season. But again, I was playing out of position, playing left wing, chalk on the boots. You had to stay out there. It was a strange way of the way we played was a bit strange. Didn't suit my style, and it was getting to the point where I was playing a game and I wasn't scoring, and it was kept rolling on. And
Did that? Were you on your mind as well then?
Oh yeah, because yeah.
Goes back to what we were saying before about playing with freedom. That freedom goes, doesn't it, when you start doubting yourself and
and especially when you're not getting loads of chances either. Maybe you're getting one a game, if that, and you're missing it, and then you're counting how many games I haven't scored. When is it coming? When is it coming? And finally, it came up. I think it was against Villa, and it was a good feeling.
Count yourself lucky, mate, because mine bloody didn't come.
The count's still going.
Still gets 14 likes a Saturday. Every Saturday, no. 10 years later.
Yeah. But the thing is with that, it is what it is. Yeah. As soon as you kind of can accept it, and not let it eat you up, and you can rise above it and prove them wrong, that's when I think you get the serious respect from the fans.
Yeah.
And there was times where I'll be getting stick and I would score, and I might, it's silly, but I might just put my fingers in my ears or something like that to the fans. They know why I'm doing it because they've given me loads of stick. But then after that, it was like the perfect relationship between us.
Yeah.
It was like I earned so much respect from them because they gave me stick. I proved them wrong. I gave them a bit back. And then there was like, okay, fair enough.
Just a quick message to say a huge thank you to O'Neill's. They were sponsoring us for the 3rd series.
We're here at one of the flagship stores. We're going to go in and have a look and see what it's all about.
All of the stuff is locally manufactured. We've got factories in Northern and Republic of Ireland. It just allows for premium quality, quick delivery, all custom team kits.
It's not only for the big dogs at the top, grassroots football all the way up. Like you said, Chris, the quality is fantastic.
O'Neill's themselves have been brilliant for us to work for, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, the lads who we sponsor, me personally from here, they absolutely buzz off it.
You can see our kits here.
Oh aye, I'm saying that, I will buy that. Would you?
Yeah.
Not just because it's hard, I just think it's a really nice stretch.
Go from... Oh! He's knocked his head off. He's knocked his head off.
And don't forget the link is in the description. You can sort your own team out, sort your grassroots team out, and get one of these beauties. Links in the description for both of them. Massive thanks to O'Neill's.
Head loss.
You know, when you were struggling for that first goal, did one get chalked off as an own goal? I've got down here a goal against Wolves, which would have been your first goal, but it went.
Oh, yeah.
Must have took a deflection or something.
Yes.
You'd be furious,
Yes,
wouldn't you?
fuming,
You know, when you just want to get off the mark.
Yeah, that's the thing. You want to get as a striker, you want to get off the mark. So yeah, you just feel like the world's against you.
I'm turning up at the FA and asking to speak to the flipping goals
With your own
panel.
VAR, like screen under your arm.
Suit
You're
on.
still writing letters about them when the game got postponed, aren't you? Because they want a long pitch and you scored 2. Come on, lads, give me back.
Good lads at Leeds in that when you first arrived. Make you feel welcome.
Yes, yeah. Sol Bamba, obviously, it's sad what's happened to him, but he was the captain at the time, and what a guy he was. Proper character. Made you feel welcome. Looked after everybody. Especially, I was kind of going in as a fairly youngish, new to the scene player as well. So, yeah, he helped.
Do you know that season under, is it Christensen and Heckenbottom?
Yeah.
I've got you finished 13th. Did you know with the group of players that you had, you should have been up there? Or was it a case of purely down to Bielsa coming in, his methods and stuff that got you up there?
Again, that season, we always got ourselves up there looking like we could get promoted. But then towards the end of the season, we just drop off for some reason and fade away.
What do you think that was?
I honestly really don't know. Every season it was like that at Leeds. I don't know. I'm not sure. I wish I knew.
Lack of around Christmas time or the January window, was there no investment, to give you a...
Do you know what it was? One of the seasons, I think it was, perfect example would have been the season we lost in the playoffs to Derby. In that January window, we was about to sign Dan James. And we felt that we really needed that little push, that little something else, just to get us over the line. And he would have given us that with his pace and everything like that. I'm sure he was even at the training ground.
Yeah, he did the Odemwingie, didn't he? Yeah. He got the Leeds and then...
Literally, I was about to sign. And I think if he signed, we would have got promoted that season for sure.
What changed for you personally that second season? Because you just talked about the struggling that first season, only getting 3 goals, and then top goal scorer year after.
So because I got changed to the number 9.
Yeah.
Again, I was the Thomas Christensen was the manager. Again, still getting played out wide. Chris Wood had left. We signed a striker or 2. They both got injured. It was against Sunderland. I think the striker got injured during the game at Sunderland, and then I got moved as a number 9 and done well, and then stayed there. And it was like, again, frustration. I'm getting played at a position, but then out of luck, I got played as a number 9, and I was able to show what I could actually do.
Remember the first time you met Marcelo?
Yes, I think it was in the meeting when we met him.
Were you all buzzing when he's announced that he's got the job?
Me personally, I didn't have a clue who he was.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
I
done.
would say.
It was my agent was like telling me, he's got some good pedigrees, this and that. He knows what he's doing. This will be interesting. So I said, okay. I didn't have a clue, if I'm being honest.
So he just walked into the meeting?
Walked in the meeting and then bamboozled all of us with his tactics. We all left the meeting scratching our heads like, what is going on here?
Gonna take some work, this Marcello.
So it's obviously coming to use via a translator, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Or was it?
Yeah, translator. Yeah, translator. So he would talk, then the translator would translate, but not always getting the correct translation either. So it was even more confusing.
Fucking hell. Right pickle, weren't you?
Yeah.
And what was the biggest difference, or why were you all bamboozled?
He put like a presentation of how he wants us to play and also training sessions. So before every training session, we'd have a meeting and it'd be like a PowerPoint presentation of what we're doing in this session today. So we already knew by the time we got on the pitch, we already kind of had an idea of what the exercises would be. And it was, I don't think you understand how many 1-2 like combinations there is in football. If you could, you lot are looking at me all confused right now.
No, I'm just interested.
There's so many combinations of 1-2s, and we didn't even know. And this is pretty much all we worked on in the session. It's all we used to train, 1-2s. And it was 1-2s, sprint, 1-2s, sprint. And if you didn't sprint full speed after you'd done the pass, they'd be shouting at you.
So when you say 1-2s, you literally mean 1-2, like the pass and return.
Yes.
That's right. I'm just thinking if 1-2 is something else that I'm not getting. It sounds that simple.
Like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What he brought to us was, how I'm explaining it sounds complicated, but how you've just said it's just a 1-2. He's made it the game so simple. He's made the game so simple, but trying to learn it and understand it was the difficult bit. But once you understood it, it was simple. It's just a 1-2. But he put out about 10 different versions of a 1-2, round cones, and that's all we was doing in training.
So it's obviously, because you're not going to get it back all the time, but is his thinking it's an option for the player receiving the pass? You know what I mean? We could do a 1-2, but then you can't always get another 1-2 in.
No.
But it's the option around the ball for the fella that's...
But it was more the fact of, you're passing to me, you need to now move into a space to then receive another ball. Because not when we was playing, you wouldn't really see many people or any of us take players on. The ball would do the job for us. You'd get, say for example, Ayling at the time, he would play into a midfielder and he would be on his bike already and he would receive the ball again down the wing. And other teams would hate it because they couldn't cope it. They couldn't keep up with us because we would always be running. And that was because of the training sessions.
And do you know on that one, say obviously Luke's playing right back, if he plays it into midfield, sprints forward, and the midfielder gives it away and Luke's winger gets in, is that not Luke's fault?
Most of the time, their winger would try and follow Luke anyway. But we would have, say like a Calvin Phillips, we'd always have a spare man at the back to cover. That was the plan. So another thing is, I never knew formations, or I didn't understand formations growing up because we'd play 4-3-3, but during the game it felt like a 4-2-2 anyway, 4-4-2. There was no actual reason why we was doing formations, but with Bielsa, we knew why we was doing a formation, and it made sense. And we would, during the week, if we was playing, say, Stoke might have played 6 formations this season. So we would train 6 formations. So when it comes to the game, we would know how to set up against them. So when it's a kickoff, within first 30 seconds, we could adjust our shape to match Stoke's shape.
Is that without him saying anything?
Without him saying anything, because we knew if they had one striker, one number 9, Calvin Phillips could play a bit higher, and we'd play with like 2 10s. If they played with two strikers, Calvin Phillips would have to drop in between our centre-backs, and then one of our 10s would have to play as a 6. And
would you have a one where you, hopefully they don't do that? So you'd have a favourite set up, and then would be another one where like, for fuck's sake, we've got to...
Ideally, it'd be for them to play one up top, because it means we'd play with 2 10s. We'd have more bodies up top. But either way, to be fair, we still played the same way. It's just that we'd always have a cover at the back. So that was Bielsa's main thing. He always wants one spare man at the back.
Do you think we're like a young Neville and Carragher, me and him? Analysing the game. Get the screen on, Matty. We'll have a bash on the counters.
That's a bit fucking complicated for me, this. This is nothing going to work with the Bielsa.
the big man.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. When he come in, it was something completely new. We didn't understand it. We'd never experienced it before. And so we was all confused. But then when we learned it, it was so simple and it made so much sense. It wasn't really very enjoyable training it, but it nearly got us the success we needed in that season, and it got them the following season.
Can you remember like coming out of that first meeting? Obviously you've gone in to put your boots on to go out and train and whatever. The lad's just like, who the fuck's this? What is he fucking talking about, this guy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone's confused.
And then how long until you were like, fucking hell, this...
So that first pre-season,
we
didn't see him for 2 weeks. He said he's not coming out until he's got his full squad, everything he needs. He's not coming out on the pitch until then. So the first 2 weeks we didn't see him. His coaches took everything anyway.
Obviously, they coach him what he wants of.
Oh yeah, of course. And he'd be watching on the cameras.
I'm assuming he had his own fitness coach because any sports science team that were already there
Watch
must have
that
been
one,
pulling
though.
their hair out with
Oh yeah,
shit
I think the physios weren't his, so I think they were pulling their hair out. But all the other members of staff that all his fitness coach, so they knew. Even at times, the fitness coach was like, "This is crazy," but he couldn't do nothing.
Was there a spell, because you finished top scorer of the season before and that season under Bielsa, but was there a time when you actually thought, I've gone up a level here, I feel
Do you know?
fitter?
There was times when I was playing and centre backs were talking to me. And they was like, "Please just stop running. Just stop
In games?
in games." Yeah, so just stop running.
Please.
Because
Please.
I'm literally just running all over them, running here, running there, doing this and that, and they couldn't keep up with us. And he just said, like, "Can you stop?"
Sorry,
Yeah,
mate,
go on,
was
man.
that something that you've added to your... Are we always hard working or had you gone up again?
No, I was always hard working. Again, I go back to when I was younger with my dad. We put the work in. We was always training. We was training with the team. Then we do our own extras. So I'm always used to hard work. But with this running, it was like sprint. And sometimes it was nice just seeing the opposition not handling it one bit. So like throw-ins. We'll be running. It'll go out for a throw-in, and a lot of times teams and players, that's when they rest. We'd get the ball in so fast, and they'd be trying to rest, and there's no rest for them. Free kicks, hand-on play, no rest at all.
And is that that's the way he wants
that's
it done?
the way.
You'd work
And
on
because
that.
we're fitter, we know we're fitter, and we are fitter than other teams. We can do it, but they can't do it. So that was one of our reasons why we were successful, because they couldn't live with us fitness-wise.
So simple,
I
doesn't it?
know, yeah. Well, he's not even a genius at all, is he?
1-2s and
One,
run,
twos
run
and just
a bit.
run about.
But that's the thing, it's genius because it's so simple, but no one thinks about doing it.
And can you remember, did anybody just like put their hand up and say, "Look, it's not for me, this"?
I can't do it.
Yes and no. Obviously, I don't think many players enjoyed doing it because it wasn't fun. We never played any possession games in training. We never played any five-a-side, small-sided games in training. We didn't do any simple finishing exercises. Our finishing exercises were technically passing drills. So we'd be set up in our shape with mannequins of the opposition, and it would be the centre backs would play it to the fullback. The fullback would give it to the midfielder. The midfielder would have to chip it over the mannequin for the striker to run on, control it, and shoot. But while all this is happening, everyone would have to do double runs. So we'd have to sprint to a cone, sprint back, and then sprint to receive the ball, all in time. And if, for example, a player misplaced the pass, that's your goal done.
You didn't even get a shot at the end.
There's times when I went home and I didn't even have a shot because people misplaced the pass. Unbelievable.
Just ran.
Yeah, just ran. Just did the run, did the movement, and didn't shoot.
Did he sit on a bucket in training?
Possibly. Not that bucket, but maybe like one of them.
Got a match
water
day
boxes.
one.
Yeah, match day bucket.
They done a special match day one for that. Yeah.
I think I said that to Baz, but on about that shooting thing, there was the video, wasn't there, when he's running, I don't know if it was you or Bamford maybe, when he's volleyed one in or something.
Yeah, Bamford. Yeah, it's Bamford.
Was that a typical
That
shooting
was,
drill?
Yeah, that was it. That
Yeah.
was the shooting drill. Yeah, that was the only. That was the shooting drill. There's no traditional shooting drills where it's a bit of fun, this and that. No, that's it. So honestly, there's times when I've gone home, I haven't took a shot, haven't scored, haven't taken anybody on, haven't done any possession or anything.
But you burned a few calories.
I've burnt calories.
Obviously, I don't. Could he speak English?
He could. I think he could if he really wanted to.
Could you have any crack with him? Like, you know, like you see him like you go down for a coffee in an hotel before an away game and it's just you and him. Could you have a chat with him or?
No. But he had the aura where it was kind of like you respected him not to bother him. But his main thing was he kept himself apart from the players because he didn't want a relationship with any of the players. because he didn't want, say, for example, if I had a bad habit that he didn't like, he didn't want that emotion to affect him choosing me to play. So there was a player, I won't say his name, but there was a player in the team. His attitude was all about him. It was he'd throw in his hands, he would do this and that, he'd complain. But because he was the best in his position, his numbers would show this, he would always play. But if it wasn't very good, there's no chance he would play. He would get rid of him.
I'm trying to work out what that could have been.
I wonder, because Rafa Benitez gets a bit of stick on here for being completely separated from his players, but I wonder if there's a bit of that involved with Benitez as well.
It makes sense because again, if
Just taking the emotion out of
you
it.
take the emotion, the personal side out of it, it's just business and the facts. If you're a good player, you should play. But if you've done something to upset me and annoy me, I might not play you just because of that, but it shouldn't work like that. Whereas him, he kept his distance, let his staff handle everything day to day. He would tell them what to do, and that was it.
If we were going to have a quick break with a message from one company, would you like it to be?
I think I'd like it to be NordVPN, please.
Yeah, well,
if that's all right with you too.
It's your lucky day.
Is it?
Oh.
Brilliant.
Our favourites, NordVPN. If you're not using it, what you doing?
Tell you what, it is good for as well now with these new laws.
Know, don't you? I know. I know what you're on about, John.
Oh.
You know, the new
restrictions
on age verification and all that for certain sites.
Right.
What I do, bouncer to Colombia, job done.
Well, if you don't know what NordVPN is, you can bounce your location to anywhere in the world. Perfect for watching sports abroad or watching abroad sports over here.
Yep.
One thing that I was wondering, is the security still watertight?
Is it?
Bank details, everything's still firmly
under
secured.
Lock and key. Extra protection for all your bank details and everything else associated. All you do, switch on your NordVPN. Happy days.
I think there's just one more question for me, but have we got a bit of an offer or?
Have we got an offer? All you're going to do is click that link in the description and you get a heavy discount and a 30-day money-back guarantee. I've not stopped using it. I've been using it for 3-4 years now.
Same.
Yeah.
I'll be using it
Cheaper
a lot
flights.
bloody more than what I used to. Mark my words.
So yeah, the link's in the description. Get yourself that heavy discount and a 30-day money-back guarantee with NordVPN. Were you playing the game against Villa?
No, I didn't play that game.
The goal.
Yeah,
Yeah. Was you in the changing room after?
I was, yes.
Big Pontus going mad.
He was going mad, yes, and Bielsa wasn't happy that he was doing that.
Did they let him know?
Yeah.
I was just about to say, what's the biggest individual bollocking you ever saw him give?
Oh,
Does he give that direct, or is it to his translator? Then he gives it.
so what his thing was, he would walk. He wouldn't just stand still and talk. He would walk up and down the dressing room, and he'll look to the ground and he'd be talking. So he'd be walking up and down the dressing room, head to the floor, talking, screaming, whatever he's doing, and the translator would be somewhere translating it.
Yeah. You're getting a bollocking off too, aren't you?
Yeah.
I know what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
I've got the gist, pal. You know what I mean? So
It's like watching TV with Sign Guy on, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just him stood in corner. You're all a bunch of bellends.
Yeah. But he was big on weight as well. So we'd have to weigh ourselves every day and everything and write our scores down on the sheet. He'd put the sheet up on the wall. Even for match days, it was the same. The sheet would go up on the wall. Scales would be there in the dressing room. Say if we lost or had a bad game, his first thing would be he'd go into the dressing room and he'd look at the sheet and see who's overweight. And then he'll blame...
Are we talking a pound of, like, pounds or ounces? Or?
Anything. If you're not on the number you're supposed to be, you're overweight. So he'll blame the performance and the result on that. And most of the time, it was Calvin Phillips that was technically overweight. But I think it was harsh because there's some of the weights that a lot of the players had were unrealistic.
Who chose the weights?
That's what I mean. I don't know. I think they just got plucked out of thin air. And there was no way that people could get down to this weight. Players were like starving themselves, eating clean, and still couldn't get down to that weight.
So like, I've probably myself included and played with players who have lost weight and felt like shit.
Yeah.
Would he not be interested in that?
Not
You know,
interested.
Gaffer, I've lost 3-4 kilos. I feel like shit when I'm playing. He'd not be like, oh, sound.
Not interested. But like with Calvin, for example, I think he got given an unrealistic weight that he'd get down to. So he'd always say he's overweight, but he'd be playing so well. He'll play so well. So, and he was the fittest there as well in the team. You tell it he could run for days. Bleep test, he'd win it. But they're saying he's overweight, so it doesn't add up. So he'd go in straight away and you'll see who's overweight. Most of the time, he would have been one of the ones that was, just because he couldn't get down to that level. So you'd always kind of blame him.
Do you think there's a bit of psychology there, though, that he saw him as that, like in the centre of the engine room, and just clipping at his heels, give him that unrealistic weight, so he's constantly working, trying to prove him.
Maybe, yeah.
Trying to reach that weight and then improve his fitness.
Wouldn't surprise me because Bielsa, he is a genius. So something like that, it was probably all thought through. There was a method to the madness, probably.
But if you play, I don't know, you get a good win, 3-0 away, will Calvin not be like, I'm exactly the same weight as I were last week when we got beat 2-1?
Give us a pound.
Yeah. Yeah. All the players would have these sort of comments, but who'd they telling it to?
Would nobody ever say out to him?
No chance. No chance. No one's going up to him. You only saw him when he wanted to be seen.
It's like an enigma, isn't it? But it's up to the fitness coach. I'm like, fuck it, I've scored 2 here, and I'm exactly the same weight I were last week.
You know, the fitness coach would know. He'll just laugh. And so there's nothing I can do about it.
Is he like a, I don't know if this is the word, is he like a dictator?
Kim Jong-un.
Are his staff scared of him?
Yeah. But they're scared of him, but they respect him. You see, like, how I can think of it is like, you see like an old school family and the head of the family, the dad, everyone just respected him because he's the oldest and he's the head of the family. He was that to his staff. He was the oldest, everyone just respected him. And also he used to pay the wages as well. So he used to pay some of the staff's wages, not Leeds, it was him. So again, you kind of, once someone's paying you, you have to. You do have to.
I suppose I can get over it. Marcelo. What, so like the Leeds would give, that said the fitness coach a contract for 50 grand a year, and he'd pay another 25 a year for that.
I don't know the ins and outs, but maybe
that's the theory behind it.
Maybe some of the staff weren't even getting paid by Leeds; they were getting paid directly from him. He had so many members of staff.
Was his delivery of instructions quite disrespectful? I've got him like clicking his fingers or
to his staff,
pointing over, tell him to do. You know what I mean? Rather than because he knows he's paying the wages and got that respect.
I think it's more just the generation he's from, the era he's from. But again, there's only so much I can say as well because I had to sign one of those forms that you can only say you can't really talk about X, Y, Z.
He watches these as well.
He probably does, yeah. Someone will probably watch it. But there's many stories out there, but there's only so many I can say.
The Derby stuff was brilliant, though, from an outsider. The Spygate. You must have been pissing yourselves as players.
Yeah, and it's even funnier. No, I won't say funny, but it's even more interesting now, me being at Derby and understanding their side of things and what happened that side. But we didn't have a clue what was going on. But we'd go into all these meetings before the game and it'd be like, this player's not playing, this player's playing, this is going to happen. So we was like, okay.
Is this throughout the season?
Throughout the
Random
season.
game?
We was like, okay.
Does he know
but, but sometimes I might know someone in the other team and they might give me a little information and I would use it. And so I'm thinking it might be something like this. So we was just going on. We was just not putting anything together. And then this Derby thing happened and it all just clicked. It made so much sense. Because we was like, how does this guy know everything about the opposition?
You're thinking he's God, aren't you? He just knows everything.
He knows everything. How's it possible?
So how were they actually doing it? Was he literally just sending someone to training like with a ladder and some binoculars?
With a camera, I think, and just filming the session.
Was this
So simple again. So simple. Nobody's done it before. 1-2s turning up with a camera.
And were you doing this before? Obviously, it came out about Derby. Do you think you're doing this before every game?
Every game he's doing every
So there's somebody
game.
going to Plymouth, say what, on a...
Every game he's been doing it. I think he's been doing it for his whole career. That's why he come out and he was like, yeah, and what?
Old
I've been
school
doing it.
camera as well, not even a drone.
But I think the person that
camera.
got caught, I think there's times when he got chased out of training grounds.
Oh, it's the same guy?
I don't know if it's the same guy. Maybe, it might be. But I think with the Derby one, he messed up because he parked outside the old people's home. And it was the old people in the home that rung the police
Peeping
because
Tom.
he's parked outside their property where he shouldn't have parked in a full jumpsuit, a laptop camera and a spade.
A spade?
So I think he
Is he a cameraman or a fucking mass murderer or what?
yeah, not the jumpsuit. So I think he got
I'm just thinking of the Great Escape. You know, like they're doing rondos and next minute a shovel.
You never know when you're going to need one, though, do you?
I think that's
We're
how he
4
got
foot
caught.
short. We're 4 foot short.
Gosh.
Imagine the old deer and the things, like, looking out at window at
Yeah.
old people's home.
Rung the police. Police come and then yeah.
Coming up with a cord on his head.
It's actually mad that he only got caught the once, really, then, isn't it? If he's...
I think, yeah, he nearly got caught before, got chased out, but no one knew what was going on, maybe. But this time, he obviously they got him.
I'd get it if it was 20 years ago, because anybody could turn up at the training ground, like punters could watch, but I think a lot of training grounds you used to be at,
I think a lot of
they were
times,
private.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, they might have just thought it was a super fan, maybe trying to watch. They didn't really know what was going on.
Can you imagine police just turn it up
Yeah.
because there's old people have rang because there's a guy in a
Suspicious looking
jumpsuit with a
customer.
shovel and they're like, and he's come out in ghillie suit and they're like, what you doing?
I'm arresting you on the suspicion of watching training.
Yeah, I'm just filming this training session. Why?
It's fucking class, isn't it?
Yeah, funny.
But,
What would be his job title? Did he always have, was it just the one
Spy.
fella?
do you know what? I don't even know who it was.
Enigma. Nobody knows
I
who
don't
he
know.
is.
I don't
Fucking
know.
Dale the Jackal, innit?
Yeah.
I'm not sure who actually was. I can't remember. But there's so many staff there. There was loads of video analysis people. There was a member of staff for equipment. That was the first time I've seen this. There was a staff there just to do equipment. So he would get given the training plan of how to set up the drills over 3 pitches. And he would have to go out and put all the cones out. If one cone is out by, 1 foot, he would have a go.
To be fair, he has got one job, hasn't he, the fella?
Just put your cones out right, pal.
Measure it properly. So.
One day, but it was like the amount of cones they must have used over 3 different pitches.
But well, like we'd used to do that with Billy Bard, didn't we?
Yeah.
So Billy Bard would be putting his pitch out and he'd be on his knees shining it up. And as soon as we got out, we'd just move a couple. You know what I mean? Then well, that sort of crack went off.
No chance. No chance. Because we felt sorry if Bielsa was going crazy at the guy. We'd feel sorry for it.
I can't imagine him being great company of an evening.
He's not bothered, is he?
Well, there was times when he would walk to training ground. Yeah, he'd walk to training ground. He'd just have a plastic bag, like a plastic Tesco bag with all his belongings in it, in his full Leeds tracksuit, and he just walked back home. Obviously, he's Bielsa in Leeds. He's like the god towards the fans. Wouldn't care. And he'll just go to all the coffee shops. There was one time pre-season game, he travelled himself in a separate car to us. We finished the game, and there was a McDonald's just on the outside of the stadium. He was in McDonald's getting his food.
I like him a little bit more now.
He just walked into McDonald's straight after the game. He'd walk into the McDonald's to get food. And obviously, it's all over social media that he's in there. Didn't care. Didn't bother him.
Obviously, didn't give yourself a weight then.
He's a Big Mac man, isn't he? Milkshake.
What was he like?
He's getting some mozzarella sticks in here with his Big Mac meal.
Get a side or 2.
What was he like, the lad? How do you pronounce it?
Alioski.
Alioski.
So he was the one that didn't get injured. Is the only player that didn't get injured.
Because I remember him. Was it the derby when he was shaking the tunnel? Where was it?
Yeah, he was. You see those kids, you know, the ones in school that just cause riot.
Yeah.
The little ones that just cause carnage. He was that guy.
They're always little, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. So that was him.
But obviously had to behave in training.
Yeah, no, everyone behaved in training.
Yeah.
It was more just after pitch in the dressing room and you'd just be messing about, having fun.
Would you still be allowed to have a bit of crack in the dressing room and that?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. The dressing room and the training ground was all ours. We never saw him. When he came, he got an apartment built in the training ground. He also got dorms built. So a massive room full of beds with curtains and everything. So we can go and have a sleep in there after training or whatever.
If you want, was that optional?
If you wanted to, yeah. It was mainly for pre-seasons. So instead of us spending... We used to, in the first time, we used to go to a hotel around the corner in pre-season. So for the first week or two, instead of going away on tour, we'd just stay at the training ground, go to the hotel, come back. We wouldn't go away because he didn't see the point in it. So then he built these dorms. So then we'd have to just sleep in the dorms instead.
You'd make the most of them, wouldn't you?
Who were the one who could hear like, come on, we're training again in half an hour.
Everyone was too tired to be messing about. Honestly, everyone rushed up to those beds to sleep.
We're going to have a very quick break, gentlemen, to bring a message from Saley.
What is Celtic, Chris?
What is Saley? But I'm glad you asked me, John. It's the eSIM that you just install on your phone, get on the Saley app, get the eSIM on your phone. Perfect for going abroad. I know you've used it recently, haven't you, Chris?
I used it in Portugal and I saved probably 10 times the amount that I would have paid for data roaming.
Because it can be, like an hidden bloody...
Cost.
Yeah, it's an hidden extra to your holiday, innit?
Wasn't relying on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, just straight
which was
on
a big
your
thing.
Saley.
I think
you take it for granted, don't you, that you can, when we have our phones at home, you can get internet wherever you want, but then when you go abroad, you've got them roaming charges. As soon as you get to airport, you're getting new SIMs or whatever. None of that with Saley. Just go into the app, turn on your eSIM, internet, wherever you are.
It was very good. Highly recommend.
Because, I mean, depending on how many's going, everybody's got a phone, haven't they? If I go on holiday with family, there's 6 phones going.
Yeah, good point.
So 6 times your roaming charges and all that.
And as well as that, there is the extra web protection as well, which keeps you secure no matter what you're browsing.
Which is important.
Oh, is it? You don't want people, especially abroad, you don't want people getting into your bank details and stuff like that. It'd be a nightmare contacting your bank and everything. Yeah, so all you need to do is download the Saley app in the App Store, scan the QR code or click on the link in the description. Using the code COSH, get 15% off your first purchase.
That will pay for itself in a day.
Yeah. Kids, you get home, oh my God, what have you lot been doing?
Yep, exactly. It's happened to me many, many times.
It cost price at bloody holiday.
I'd hang my hat on it. You won't be disappointed.
Scan the QR code, link in the description, download the Saley app in the App Store. Code COSH. Really forgot that then.
Point.
If you take yourself back, were you enjoying it?
We was enjoying winning.
Right.
I don't think we enjoyed the process.
Yeah.
Because, again, like I said, we want to have fun. We want to play. We want to shoot. We want to score goals in training. We want to have small side possessions, little 5-a-side games. We didn't have any of that, but we was winning.
But do you start enjoying the process because the process is bringing the performance?
No, we just can't say nothing about the process because we're winning. Yeah.
It's a bit like Tony Pulis with his monotonous shape training. He does not give a fuck whether you're enjoying it or not.
Yeah.
It's not about enjoying it.
It's about the 3 points and getting promoted, and we was so close to doing that.
Would anyone have his number?
Did I have his number? I don't think so.
No point fucking phoning him. He can't understand what you're
Yeah,
saying.
exactly.
I
Yeah,
know, but he
nah,
might just be one of them meme. You know, he just sends random funny memes and that. I'm going down as one of them.
Just a random at 4 o'clock in the morning.
You're just like, oh, Marcelo saying, and then you open it and it's,
Send me a tweet.
oh, Marcelo.
You little tinker. Can't believe this. You watch it.
To be fair, it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't even have a phone. He probably didn't have a phone. And he probably just had his people that had phones that needed to contact him.
And you might not obviously have witnessed it, but what was he like with the board? Were they just like, right, we can't do fuck all anyway, so just let him crack on?
I think that was the case, yeah. Because I think he used to sign like 1-year contracts every season. But then there's one time he signed a 1-year contract. The contract expired, but he'd still turn up for the next pre-season without a contract. But he'll be still working as if he was under contract. And he must have been I think his thing was he would delay signing until he had everything that he needed. So I think as an owner or the board, it must have been so stressful for them because they can't plan anything. He was so unpredictable.
He's got him over a barrel, really, ain't he?
Because of how well he was.
Yeah, he's got him over a bucket. I can't imagine going to the chairman and saying, I want this, and then the chairman saying no. If he were even bigger than the chairman, especially when the fans got on board and loved him so much.
Yes. Yeah, but I think there's only so much Leeds could do at the time. And to be fair, I think they did give him everything, if not most things that he wanted.
We had a lot of Leeds fans get in touch about the reasons you're leaving. Like, were you pushed? Did you want to leave? Was it a new challenge?
My thing, I wish I got promoted with Leeds and played in the Premier League with Leeds. When that didn't happen, that hurt me so much. Like, there was the documentary got made, didn't it?
Yeah.
Couldn't watch it. Still haven't watched it, can't. Even thinking about it now still frustrates me. But I was 1 year, I had 1 year left, and I think the club was financial issues as well. And they could get money for me. So it was that kind of scenario.
When obviously you came in from Oxford, your contract will have been better at Leeds, but had they looked after you in that time?
How do you mean?
So you signed a 4-year contract when you signed
4
at Leeds?
years, yeah.
So were you on the same contract when you left as the original one that you signed?
No, there was one change, and that was down to, I don't know, was it goals or something like this, or appearances?
But they're not come to you and said, look,
Right,
you're doing really well.
It wasn't a massive
We're going to go from
improvement.
X to X.
Exactly.
Even if it's not longer.
Exactly. So I was probably one of the ones that hadn't signed a new contract for the longest period, because I signed a 4 years. Everyone else come in after me and signed new contracts with a new owner on better money, and I was still stuck on my old contract, and the improvement wasn't there.
So you have got pushed out then, really.
It is, yeah, well, yeah. Same again at Anderlecht. Again, COVID hit, financial issues there. Okay, Rangers put in a random bid for me. Anderlecht accepted straight away. But the week before that, there was no plans of me going anywhere. But until someone come in and put the bid in, the club sold the money, and they said, yeah, we need it. You can go.
His company is obsessed as what he comes across.
Yeah. I think if you ask anybody who I've had a conversation with since working with Vinny, I've told them he's going to be a top manager at a top club at some point. No doubt about it. He had the balance of, he could put an arm around somebody, but if he lost it, he could lose it. But he had a lot of patience. So I'm thinking, we played the game. We haven't done well. We've come in. I'm thinking he's going to lose his head here, but he hasn't.
It's a big head lose.
But he hasn't. He's just kept his cool and spoke calmly and everything like that. So I'm thinking, okay, this is impressive. But then if something's really upsetting, you can go. You can go.
It was scary, that thing, the video. You have
What,
to watch
brutal?
it. Yeah, he goes in on him, doesn't he? For not, is it not passing it or something?
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of the times it is valid because you don't know what's happened before all of this. It can be a build-up.
I was going to say
The
that.
amount
Did
of
you know the
times-
player who he was talking to? Did you play with
I
him?
can't remember who it was, but I remember the situation, watching it. But it's always a build-up, and it can be a build-up. You're getting told so many times, and if you don't do it, you're going to lose your head at some point.
Because there was that one in the Burnley video when he slaughtered somebody on the training pitch. Was it Good Johnson, maybe?
I think
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
And that isolated video, you're like, what a dick he comes across.
Yeah.
But like you've just said, that's probably...
A build-up.
Yeah.
100% it will be a build-up.
And then arm around afterwards, like
Second.
you said he was good with putting an arm around somebody as well. So would it
Because you see,
flip back to that?
You see at Anderlecht, it was built up of, say, like myself, Samir Nasri, who was older, Nasser Chadli, older, Vinny himself, older when he was playing. And then the rest of the squad were kids. Like, we're talking like Doku. He was a kid. These sort of players. We had another one that got sold to AC Milan. So we had some, another one, Sambi, got sold to Arsenal. So there was some top talent in there. So I think he couldn't just shout at these kids because it wasn't like that, especially in Belgium. The culture's different, completely different. So it's more of you kind of have to put your arm around them. You couldn't just have a go at them.
So while you were at Anderlecht, did he was player manager, and then did he drop back to just being player?
Yes, because he was getting injured. So then he was just, I think he just had enough of trying to do rehab, stay fit, train, play, and be the manager.
You think he'd go the other way and just be
drop
manager?
the playing and be the manager?
Yeah.
I think he still wanted to play, and to be fair, it helps because he was able to work with the young players and all of us on the pitch, and because he didn't train everything, he would do the sessions and join in, and then he might step out for a bit and then join back in.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, when you're older, you're going to get injured, aren't you? And if you're cooling down and that, and then going back into it, you're going to pick muscle injuries up, aren't you? That's sports science knowledge, that.
It was some start. 5 goals in you for 7 games.
Yes, but I went there. So I did pre-season with Leeds, and syndesmosis in my ankle. So I went to take a shot, and my foot went like that. And then I tried to run on because I wanted to score in this pre-season game. The ball was still there. I tried to get back onto the ball, and I put the weight on my right foot, and I felt like a sensation like I broke my leg. So this happened in Australia. Obviously, 24 hours to get back home with this in my ankle. I don't know if I'm coming or going with the club. What's going to happen now? So then I told Vinny. He said, doesn't matter. Just get yourself over here, sign the contract, and we'll sort it out when you come. So he signed me still injured. So he knew that I was still got like 2 months left of this injury. So, which again, meant a lot because a lot of managers would be like, no, you're injured, we'll go someone else now. So he still wanted me. So I went out there, did my rehab, and then I finally got my games in, scored goals. But to be fair, I was playing with Nasser Chadli. He's probably the best player I've played with, as in combination-wise.
You've never heard of him, have you?
Nasser Chadli at Tottenham. Oh my gosh.
You?
and Belgium.
Of course.
Yeah.
No. Is it Tottenham now?
No, he was at Tottenham, say like, I don't know, Gareth Bale days and...
I remember Bale.
That kind of era.
How weird.
Have you actually picked up then? I have a clue that's exactly where.
How,
Sounds good though.
Google,
Combinations.
quickly Google.
What did you say the injury was, sorry?
Syndesmosis.
What is it?
It's like, you see, is it the tib fib in the lower leg that connects into your ankle? There's a ligament that holds the two bones together, just at the bottom of that, top of your ankle. That snapped.
I've never heard of that. Have you?
I've heard of it, but I wouldn't know much about
Maybe
it.
people in America might call it like a high ankle sprain or something like that. But I didn't need an operation on it, but I probably should have just to speed the whole thing up a bit. And that was painful.
how we settling in in Belgium? Your family move over?
Nah, so I was in a hotel for 3 months. So out there was not many houses. So my family weren't comfortable. If you get a house out there, it's a house like it's on Grand Design. They don't mess about. They just design their own houses. So every house is quite special. So you can't really just get a small, simple house. You have to get one big with glass everywhere open. And my family weren't too comfortable about moving out to somewhere they didn't know and it being so big, so open, especially if I'm not there all the time. So therefore, we was looking for like apartments, but there was nothing available. So I was there for 3 months in a hotel. And plus, you needed, to get a bank account, you needed a house. To get a house, you needed a bank account. So it was a riddle. And everything out there, it was so laid back. You can't, there's no such thing as something instant. It will take a few days. Whereas England, everything's instant. You want it now, you get it done now. Over there, it might just take a few days.
So how did you get paid then?
How did I get paid? Good question. I think they either held them. I think they either. They either held the money or in my English bank account, maybe.
Yeah.
Until I got a Belgian one.
So you said, was that the COVID year?
Yes, it was. Yeah. So yeah.
So how long after coming back, or was it already going on?
So we had a winter break in Belgium.
Yeah.
So in January we had the winter break. Then we got back. Then we was doing a little mini pre-season, and then we was about to start again. Then in March,
It all kicked off.
and the Belgium league was the first league to stop. So when we was getting wind of it, obviously all the players got told this was going to happen. It's going to shut down. So we literally loaded up our car and drove back home, back to England.
Like, I don't know Belgian football. Obviously, you realise I don't know English football. But are Anderlecht supposed in the level of football? Whereabouts are they? Are they expected to be champions, top 3, top 5?
As a club, yes, massive club out there. Had a lot of the big name Belgian players have all come out of Anderlecht. A lot of them, and they was going for a bit. I think they've been in a bad cycle. It's like a Man United situation, say in the Premier League. Massive club. Everyone knows how big they are. They produce however many players, but they're not where they're supposed to be at. And the plan was, I think, with Vinny he was to go there and be that person
Back to the glory
get
days.
them back up there. Yeah.
Was it the pull of Europa League football that got you to Rangers?
No, it was the fact of, okay, the club has accepted. Vinny said he didn't want me to go, but it was obviously down to me if I wanted to stay or go. But the club need you to make a decision. So in the end, I was like, I'm just gonna go then, because if the club have accepted, they don't want me to hear. They want the money. So what's the point of staying?
Was there no English clubs? No, let's say lower end Premier League clubs?
I wasn't supposed to move. That's the thing. I wasn't supposed to move. I think a couple of weeks before Rangers put in a bid, I think Celtic were on the phone to my agent saying, would it be interested in coming? And I was like, no, I just want to stay at Anderlecht. I had no intentions of moving anywhere. Then Rangers, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, put in a bid, got accepted. I got a phone call one evening from Vinny, and Vinny told me the situation. Then it was like, okay, is what it is.
Tell you what, it could have been worse, couldn't it? Like, if you'd have got stuck in Belgium for
Yeah,
COVID.
I did think
Exactly,
that.
yeah.
Fucking hell.
Exactly. And I wouldn't have been able to have gone back. At least when I was at Rangers, I was able to drive back home.
Somebody got in touch and he wanted you to settle a debate he had with his mates, ongoing years. Who's the bigger club, Leeds or Rangers?
That is filth from you. Filth.
Just chuck that grenade over there.
That is filth.
Again, both of them massive, massive, massive. Anywhere I go in the world, literally, I will bump into either or, Rangers or Leeds. Anywhere. But fan base wise, I'd probably have to say Rangers, because Leeds is just Leeds. Rangers is people that in Glasgow, we either obviously support Rangers or Celtic. And then outside of Glasgow, Scottish people will either support their local team plus Rangers or Celtic. You go to Ireland, Northern Ireland, it's one of the two again. You come to England, they would have an English team and they'd also have a Scottish team to support. So there's more people that support or seem to support Rangers. There's more scope. Whereas Leeds fans are living in Leeds pretty much, or from Leeds. So that's how I'd break it down.
What a well-constructed answer that was.
Probably the best way to get out of it.
I thought you were going to sit on the fence at one point, and then the book came.
Appreciate it. But that's what it is. That's what it comes down to. It's down to Rangers have the ability to have more scope because they have the English people that support the English team, and most people will support a Scottish team as well.
Just following on from that, then, who would you prefer playing for, Leeds or Rangers?
You're really trying to kill me here.
I'm on a big cunters here.
Did you just going back to that leaving Leeds? Your relationship with the Leeds fans, is that still all right?
I think so. Yeah,
It was.
yeah. I don't know now, but for me, one thing I've always tried my best is to have a good relationship with the fans, and then what I do on the pitch will hopefully mirror the relationship I have with the fans, and I always put my all into it, and I think the fans respect that.
It's easy to just be sound, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't.
It's not hard work.
Don't cause no dramas.
No.
I just want to win, do my best, and I think the fans do see that. Even Celtic fans, I've had Celtic fans come up to me and say, we've always kind of feared you when we've seen you on the team sheet. And for me, that's so much respect, and I'm so grateful for that because as much as the rivalry is there, there's still a bit of footballing respect there.
In terms of names within football, you've played under some, haven't you, and with some?
Yes.
How did you find Gerrard first meeting?
He's top, and the team that he had at the time, his staff very good, very good combination.
There's talk of him going back in there.
Yes, yeah. See, with Rangers, to be a manager there, you have to have something about you. You have to be able to have big shoulders. The amount of pressure to be the manager there is huge.
And that's some season to come in terms of pressure, because
Celtic 10, was it?
Was it at Celtic 10?
Yeah, because
season?
I remember during the season, we was having a good run in Europa League, and Europa League's so good. It is better than playing the Scottish League, respectfully, because of the standards are quite a lot higher and you're playing better teams. So I always enjoyed Europa League. And we'd always have this debate with the players. Europa League, would you want to go, because we're having a good run in Europa League, would you rather win Europa League or win the league? For me, I was saying I want to win Europa League because you might never get that chance again. Not many teams can do it. And then the gaffer, Gerrard, he comes walking in at the time. So we asked him, and he was saying, no, it's the league. We need to win the league. It's that important.
He understood how important it was.
Stop the 10 from Celtic.
I didn't understand it because I was new to the Scottish football and Rangers.
Was that an eye-opener when you did start to feel that around the city and everything?
Yeah, but I kind of had a bit of understanding from being at Leeds and being at Anderlecht how massive clubs would operate and the expectations. So I wasn't going into it too blind. I just didn't know all the information. For me as a player, I just wanted to win Europa League.
Yeah.
I think because again, not many teams do that. It'd be harder winning that than the league, I reckon. But his thing was, no, we have to win this league mainly because of the 55 and to stop them from winning 10 more than us.
What's the 55 crack again? Have I missed that?
Trophies.
Right.
So bragging rights basically for the fans to say that we've won more trophies than Celtic.
Were they level at that?
I think they might. No, I think the level. To be honest, I don't know the technicals now.
Because I saw that on Twitter and I didn't know.
But it was close. It was getting close.
The big one was the 10.
It was a 10,
because neither of them had ever done that, and that is the bragging rights. If you won 10 in a row.
Yeah. We've heard from the other side,
Takes
haven't we?
quite a long time to flip it on its head, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was huge. And it was like, we won that. There was banners put in, like bus stops. All the bus stops advertisements got changed and put banners in saying like 55 and all the Rangers players And so you knew where you were in Glasgow. You knew you was in a Rangers area or a Celtic area. And then I even tattooed 55 on someone's leg. That's how much it meant to.
You tattooed it?
Yeah, it was a tattoo. He was a tattoo artist anyway, so I was getting a tattoo from him. Then he was like, "Can you sign my leg and tattoo it and write 55?" Because he was a Rangers fan. It means this much to Rangers fans.
Bit of pressure to spell it right there, isn't there?
Oh, I was sweating.
That's more pressure than 10 in a row.
Yeah, especially when you've never done it
56.
Yeah, you did. On that, you live in Glasgow?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you see how, like, we've had quite a lot of Scottish lads who played at Celtic or Rangers, and how bigger thing it actually is?
It's huge.
That comes as a bit of a shock.
No, because again, Leeds, it was similar at Leeds. I could be walking the dog and then someone's beep the horn and wave at me, or go to the shop and I'll bump into somebody. There's never a day I wouldn't bump into somebody if I was to go out. But then Rangers was a bit different, a bit to another level, because you'd either bump into a Rangers fan or you'd bump into a Celtic fan. You'd bump into somebody. And you didn't know if it was. And with Leeds, at least you knew you're bumping into a Leeds fan.
Yeah, that's right.
In Glasgow, you don't know who you're bumping into.
And would you get some stick if it was Celtic?
No, like I said, they was always good with me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't cause them no problems. There was, to be fair, I stopped at one roundabout and there was one little boy in someone's passenger next to me. He swore at me. I got angry.
Hey,
but
come on, we can take the V's off an 8-year-old.
Yeah, he was sticking fingers up at me. I didn't know what to do. that was the only bit I got from the Celtic fans. But yeah, I was all right.
Talk to me through about this fucking Morelos guy. Because he don't look like a footballer, does he, to look at him?
Yeah, apparently he was very good before I got there. Like, he was unstoppable. He would just run power, pace through everybody.
Were you not there when you were there?
It was a bit different. I think he wanted to move. Me going to Rangers, it was apparently he was leaving, but whatever happened, deals fell through, and he ended up staying. So I think he might have been a bit upset that he was still staying. He didn't get his move that he wanted to. He, again, a character.
Did he used to cut his own hair?
No, he didn't. Ryan Kent used to cut his own hair, but no, Buff used to go to the barbers.
Because it was here, wasn't it? It started here somewhere.
Yeah, it just had the same trim.
He went to what is you?
It was a bad haircut, weren't it?
Turkish butcher.
Why did it turn on? Well, anyway.
Best goal of your career? Standard Liège?
Yes. Yeah.
Gerrard said it was the best goal he'd seen live, didn't he?
Yeah. So that was...
Some compliment.
It was, yeah. Can't get much better than that.
See, I've not seen it. Must have been good, because unless Gerrard closed his eyes when he shot, he scored some bangers like
yeah,
that.
coming from Gerrard himself, what a player he was and the goals he scored. So that meant a lot coming from him. And funny enough, I don't think many people know about this, but I scored that goal because I was feeling a little tightness in my calf at the time, and I got put on. And I was like, oh, is it going to go? Am I going to be okay, or is it going to tear? So I didn't really want to be doing too much big runs that I didn't need to, just in case. And obviously the ball come, and I shot because I didn't want to keep running.
Fuck it, I'll just hit it.
Yeah. And to be fair, I've always tried to shoot from long distance and these things anyway, because the season before that at Anderlecht, I tried it, and a company was telling me off because I did it, and he's like, what's the point? Stop doing that. And then funny enough, when I did score that goal, he was one of the first people to message me about it, yeah. So yeah, no, it was a matter of times I've tried it, that one finally come off.
So that was, if not your best goal, what about moments, goals like two?
Moments,
Two
yeah,
against Celtic's
that was the best goal. But like meaning-wise, what things like, I scored against Blackburn. Was it Blackburn?
In that comeback?
Yeah, in the comeback, like last minutes, that was very good.
Yeah.
And even the goal against Villa, well, both goals. My first goal against Villa, that was special. Again, the goal against Villa at their place to win the game. Again, that was special.
Were you thinking the 2 goals in the 4-1 victory?
I was going to say 2 goals against Celtic must have
Oh
felt good
yeah,
as well.
but again, it took a bit of something from it because there's no fans in it. Like them goals again, the one off my chest.
Yeah. Jeez, you try and push that out of your memory, don't you?
Yeah.
That it was. That's what we're going on.
Yeah, like I probably wouldn't score a goal like that again, and I haven't really seen many other people score a goal like that again. But again, that got kind of pushed aside a bit because there's no fans. The occasion wasn't as big, and then I scored the halfway line goal that same season, so it's kind of forgotten about.
What was the celebration? Is it here?
It was my daughter. Which against when I scored the halfway line goal.
Yeah.
It was technically half and half. It was my daughter because I always do it for my daughter's name, but also because I was getting booed because that's Anderlecht's main rival. So when I come on, every time I got the ball, I got booed from the fans. So obviously I scored that goal and I did that for my daughter, but I also gave it a little extra sauce because it was them. Yeah, exactly.
Get it on, take the cap off.
Exactly. For me, I like to give back. When someone's giving me something, I like to give it back as well. It gives me a bit of fuel to try and prove them wrong or right or whatever it is. So if they can give it to me, surely I can give it back to them.
Do you know when you came off the bench in the final against Frankfurt, did you touch the ball before final whistle?
Yeah, I nearly set up a goal for Ryan Kent. Last minute, crossed it, and it got saved, and that could have won the game for us.
But you were put on for the penalty, was it?
Basically, yeah, and should have been put on a lot sooner, and wasn't, because I felt like I could have made a difference during the game. But I was carrying I just rushed back from a LCL knee injury. So every time I passed the ball with my right foot, my knee was hurting, like serious pain. And just to get through that game, I had to take a painkiller injection to try and numb the pain a bit.
And you've got a penalty in a European final.
Yeah, the last one as well, the fifth penalty.
Never in doubt though, was it?
I had confidence in myself. I had a routine to stick to. I just knew if I just made a clean connection, it should hopefully go in. Hit the post and went in. So it was a sigh of relief.
Yeah, that panic up.
Yeah.
That second panic up.
It was, yeah.
Tough night though.
Tough, yeah, again, that hurt because it was a chance for us to win the game. And plus, it hurt even more because I felt like I should have played. Either started or definitely come on a lot sooner. And I felt I would have contributed. So that was my frustration. And that was my frustration with that gaffer that season.
Was that Van Bronckhorst?
Yeah. He'd play 4-3-3 and it would basically max out all the positions with centre midfielders. So the three midfield were all number 6s. And then the right winger would be a centre midfielder as well. He'd play with one number 9, and then the left winger was Ryan Kent, the dribbler. So it was like, there was only one position for you to play. Whereas with Gerrard, you could play, there was about 5 different, if you was an attacker, you could play in about 4 different positions.
One thing I've always wondered is why doesn't Tavernier get a move?
Good question. I don't know. You'd have to speak to him and his agent.
Do you think he's good enough to play in the Prem?
Yes, he's got the qualities, but again, nobody knows until you get given the chance. But he's definitely...
Is he not in a comfort zone?
It's definitely... no, I wouldn't say that. He gets a lot of stick.
Yeah,
so
defensively.
It's not a comfort zone. Just in general, he gets a lot of stick because he's obviously the captain. If Rangers don't do well, he's going to be the first one to be blamed, and he's been there for years. And he handles it well. But free kick wise, set piece wise, he's up there. He's
good for 15 a season, isn't he?
And he scores, and then penalties, and then just general in play goals.
Just seems to pop up, doesn't he, somewhere?
You know, yeah.
He was top.
Where did he come from?
Was he top goal scorer?
Yeah.
Second year you were there.
He knows how to score goals. He knows where to get himself.
I know you mentioned your syndesmosis in your ankle, but was that the start of your injuries at Anderlecht? Because then Rangers seem to be injury after injury. But before then, it doesn't sound like you struggled.
I was fine at Oxford. Leeds, I picked up a few, but maybe that was a lot down to running loads with Bielsa. Then obviously syndesmosis. And then it was just a knock-on effect. Maybe I've rushed the syndesmosis and I wasn't running correctly because of that. Then it just had a knock-on effect with other issues. Again, before I moved to Rangers, I rolled my ankle in training. So again, I went to Rangers with a swollen ankle. So that didn't help. It was just a knock-on effect of different things. Fell on my shoulder. I got back from an injury, fell on my shoulder in the semi-final. Tore ligaments in my shoulder, again, out for 3 months or 2 months with that. So all these little...
That's just an unlucky one, that,
unlucky,
isn't it?
and I did this at Oxford on my other shoulder as well. So all these things, a lot of them were just things that I can't help. My knee, it was a tackle, couldn't help that. There's just so many different things. And then I was also carrying a hip issue as well.
How old were you when you got your first Jamaica cap?
How old was I? It was my first season at Rangers. So what? I don't know, 20, 29?
Just on that, Chris.
28, 29?
Hope it's worth it.
I've always been a massive Jamaican fan. I fetish this.
You've learned the national anthem as well. You're going to sing it.
I'm a massive fan of that jerk chicken.
Rennie's boy. Was it for your dad's heritage?
Yes.
Proud moment then, stepping out.
Yes. That's saying when you asked me the best goal, meanings-wise, the one I scored for Jamaica, that was the best feeling because scoring for a club, okay, but scoring for a country and knowing that you've scored for a whole country, it's an incredible feeling. And it's hard to explain, but doing that was good. And I think now with Steve McLaren, I think they've got the core of players, they've got the setup and everything professional and improved. And I think it's a better setup now.
And are you still in the fold?
I hope so, yeah. I saw Steve McLaren towards the end of the season. He was at one of the derby games and I spoke to him and we spoke and I still made it clear that I want to be involved.
I've seen something. Are you doing a journal or something?
Yeah, so I brought the journal here. So while I was out of contract, because I always write stuff down, and especially when I'm out of contract, I've got no one to plan things for me. I have to plan it myself every day. Monday, Tuesday, I'll be out, gym and run. Wednesday, I'd rest. Thursday, Friday, I'll be out again doing gym and run to keep myself fit, ticking over. So I'd always have to kind of like plan what I was going to do that day. So it was always something I was writing down. And plus, previously before, when I was playing, I'd always write down what I did wrong, what I did right to try and improve the next session. Bielsa used to do it as well. Before each game, he would used to sit down with everybody individually and watch the previous game and tell us what we did wrong. Most of the time, what we should have done better. And the translator would be behind us. He'd be typing it all up on paper, and then we would get given a sheet of paper. So then it got to the point where I thought, is there a journal that I could write it all in instead of just having it on pieces of paper or on my phone? And there wasn't anything, so I thought, let me just make it myself. And I have done, and it seems to have gone down well.
And what are you doing with it? Are you selling it?
Selling it, yeah. It's on Amazon at the moment. I'm just in the process of creating my own website to sell it on my own website.
So is it tailored to that? So what makes it different than a one that you get from Paper Chase? Is it got specific things in it?
It gives you questions already. So
Right.
targets there's 3 targets you want to do throughout the whole of this season. So you write that down, and then you write how to get there, what you need to do to achieve these targets. It also gives you like a table to put all your fixtures in. Because another thing I used to do again at Leeds, every season I'd print off the fixture list, and then I'd break down each month how many goals I expect to score in this month to get to a total at the end of the season.
So you see it like manifesting.
Yeah. So, for example, if I wanted to score 20 goals that season, each month I'd say I need to score 3 goals in January, I need to score 2 goals in February. Okay, March, I need to score 4 goals. And if I achieve all those goals each month, I'd get to my end target. And I'd look at each team I'd be playing against and I'll judge, can I score against them? Is it likely I'll score against them? Or if it's a tougher game, I might not score, so the number might not be as big. And that's what I'd do. And it seemed to help because, say, for example, in January, I wanted to score 3 goals. And within the first 2 games, I scored my 3 goals. And I've still got 2 more games left of that month. I know that there's not so much pressure on me now because I've got my target. So I don't need to overthink things or snatch at things. And then, or if I did score an extra goal, it'll roll over into the next month. So it's a way of taking pressure off me not having to score all the time.
You can visualise it rather than it just being in your head, I want to score 3 goals.
And then also, so like, you watch a game back and you analyse your own game and see what you could improve. There's pages in here where it prompts you on questions of how to improve or what, and to write it down, your weaknesses and what you've done well and how you felt.
It's brilliant though, like you obviously found something that works for you, and then hopefully there's other people that it works for as well, providing them the tools to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of things in life and in football, people don't achieve things because of overthinking. They overthink and talk themselves out of doing it, or they use so much energy from overthinking. With the journal and writing things down and breaking it down in small targets, it's so more achievable. And instead of saying you want to get 20 goals this season, if you work off, okay, I just want to get 5 goals to start with, that's a win. They tick it off, okay, and you can get some confidence from that, and then you keep working towards the final target.
Brilliant, Matt.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Did you ever see the Anthony Gordon interview with Neville when he was talking about visualization and meditating? It's just a fucking different thing altogether.
Yeah. Well, this also, I used to work with a psychologist when I was at West Brom. They had a psychologist there who also was a coach as well. So after sessions, I'll be doing my finishing with him, and we're doing psychology work while I'm doing finishing, which is the best combination. Instead of just doing, you're sitting in a room with a psychologist, you think you mentally got issues or whatever. That was the kind of thinking back in those days. It was kind of frowned upon. But when he took it out onto the pitch and you're doing it in like kind of real life actions, what you do on the pitch, it was amazing. Mm-hmm. It'd be so good. And that was the best combination.
So the phone's on, just waiting for phone calls for next season.
Phone's on loudspeaker, ready, ring, everything is ready to go. But no, hopefully, I enjoyed my time at Derby. It was very good. So hopefully I can work something out there.
Fire us a link for the Amazon, and we'll put it in the description if anybody's interested.
Yeah, no, it definitely helps. Well,
Top man, thank you very much.
thank you.
Brilliant, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. It's good.
Is it worth knocking me water off with your face, brother?
Yeah, go for it. I literally wrote, it's not the one.
Next time on Undr The Cosh.
Are you alright, Sam? Yeah. And then as soon as you see the red mist coming, you're like, oh shit, who's getting it? And he's going, hey! He's not a fucking centre half, him! He's not a centre half! Put me up against the wall. Don't you ever toss one of my sessions off like that ever again. And I've grabbed hold of Andy and he's on the floor, James, right? And he's like taking the count and he just went, oh, big fella, what an hit that was. Oh, by the way, we're going to West Ham. She went to me, we're not. I went, babe, we are. She was like, we're not. So we're sat now around the pool and she's going, we're not going to West Ham. I'm going, shh. One of them, like, no one knows yet, you know what I mean? Like, calm down a bit. People had to run out, so you had all of these scousers running out like that. As I've looked at Andy's car's on fire. I don't know if I actually should say this on the telly.